Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Barry, Met fan from the Bronx. Wow, it's been a long time since I put a video out on the channel. I'm still glad with the fact that I still have my little 66 followers. Thank you so much for just sticking around. I know I haven't been doing any videos. I think the last video I put up was when I was over at Citi Field when Juan Soto hit a home run, and we had a friend of ours there that was a Yankee fan, and we got on his case. It was a little short. That was pretty much it, but I haven't done a long form video in a while. Rightfully so. I mean, look, last year was a very up and down year. I'm sure a lot of you can agree. We had some good times and some very bad times, and a very bad time ending with us not making the playoffs. But I'm, reeling from the last 24 hours, that we lost Pete Alonso to Baltimore. We lost Edwin Diaz to the Dodgers, and we traded Brandon Nimmo to the Texas Rangers. And also now with this whole, rumor shit that's going on with Lindor and Soto, that they don't get along. Now there's a crappy rumor going around that they might trade Lindor, which, I don't know. I really don't know, what the hell this guy David Stern is doing. But I'm just like floored. I'm floored with everything that just happened. I don't know if there has been a time in Met history where we had three popular players like this go in the span of 2 weeks. I mean, we've had our Tom Seaver moments. We had, when Strawberry left. There was a couple of people, then when DeGrom left, a lot of people were upset about that. Things like that. But this here, I don't know. I don't know. It just got my brain warped, wondering what the hell is going on. As a Met fan, it hurts. It hurts to see those guys gone. I mean, I'm trying to look at the baseball business side and, what's good for the team aspect of things. And it does and doesn't make sense. I mean, okay, the Brandon Nimmo trade, Mark Semien. Okay. I was unsure about it because one, we saw Brandon Nimmo before our eyes become a great player. He was awesome. He went from small guy to hitting like 10 home runs to now he's hitting over 20. You can see he's getting bigger, and I'm assuming, maybe because of his injuries, his defense was starting to dwindle. I get it. Semien, better defensive player. Now we could have a nice infield. I don't know. It just weird. That we invested so much into Brandon Nimmo. He could hit lefties now. We saw that, you didn't have to take him out against lefties. He was hitting lefties. And I think that was one of the main things with that, which I didn't understand, because he was a lefty. You could still put in the lineup with Soto, where if you had a lefty, they can go. So I'm still trying to, figure that out. There was some stuff in there that, they asked Brandon Nimmo to waive his no trade clause. He did it. And, people are saying, well, maybe Brandon Nimmo knew something was going on, and that was the reason why he left. And that makes you think too. Then with Edwin Diaz, the Mets offered him 3 years, 66. He went to the Dodgers for 3 years, 69. I have no idea what the hell is going on with that. Now, the problem I had with that is if the Mets really wanted him, which, they went to sign Devin Williams, which a lot of people were speculating. They only signed Devin Williams. I looked at it as, well, if Edwin Diaz left and, said, the hell with the Mets, and signed with whatever team for a certain amount of money to have Devin Williams as backup. Plus, if we didn't get to sign Diaz and we didn't sign Devin Williams, now we become desperate and we will overpay for Devin Williams. So it kind of like balanced out in that retrospect. But just him taking the $3 million more, there was speculation about Edwin Diaz was not happy with the fact that they fired Jeremy Hefner. Jerry Hefner, look, I know the pitching wasn't great last year, But I think you can't really blame him totally on that, because all you did was bring in some crap too. At the same token, you were trying to rush up some of those young guys. You didn't really give them a chance to really work on these kids the right way. But you know, and you know, Jeremy Hefner was a good reason why Edwin Diaz came back, you know, to the way he was. I mean, remember what happened with Edwin Diaz when he first came from Seattle. You know, he wasn't really that great, you know. So I don't know. There's a lot of things with that. And then we go to Pete Alonso. You know, him wanting the 5 years, he got the 5 years. The Mets weren't going to give it to him. David Stern, I don't know. You know, he's right now he's in walking on a whole floor full of hot coal, because you know, on the other side is going to be a lot of angry Met fans waiting for him if he doesn't do something right away. You know, you better replace Pete's bat with something worth replacing. Do not go with some bargain basement stuff. Stop worrying about, you know, look, I get we got to have these kids come up and do well, but it's you know, that's not going to fix right now. Okay. Then we're going to go into like the Juan Soto and Lindor thing. I don't know. To me, you know, look, I'll say like this. It just sounds like two strong-willed Hispanics who, you know, kind of bumping heads. I'm pretty sure they're gonna figure it out. Okay, Lindor has a great place over here. He's you know, he's well respected. Juan Soto is Juan Soto. Something's gonna come out of it. Now, the best way that comes out of it, if you win. Once you win, everything gels together again. You know, and I think that's probably what it was. You know, I mean, Juan Soto kind of probably saw things the way it was going last year. He was like, yo, what the hell's going on? The Mets should have been way better than they were. They should have gotten at least 10 more wins, you know, and should have been in the playoffs. So we'll see how that goes. But that's my rant. David Stern, I don't know what to tell you, brother. You know, this is not Milwaukee, okay? You can't be getting rid of favorite players and stars and then just bring up whatever, and you know, the fans are just going to be accepting of that over in Milwaukee. Two different things here. You really got to get out of that mindset, that you know, that low level mindset. Okay, you got at the end of the day, it's us. We're the ones that are going to pay to go watch these games. We're the ones paying salaries with, you know, with the ticket sales. So think about that. All right. So that's my rant for today. Again, I want to thank everybody who's actually been here, and if you get to watch, great. And if you watch all the way to the end, I'll try my best to try to make some more videos. It's just hurting right now. It hurt it last year too. It's gonna hurt right now. All right, this is Barry, Met fan from the Bronx. Let's go Mets.